Welcome to this edition of the Power Circuit program, brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. The company is the foremost and sole entity that operates the national electricity grid and transmits bulk power from the power generation plants to distribution load centers nationwide. I am Amara Agwesi. Let's go through today's edition. Federal government is committed to improving electricity access, says Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu. TCN Senior Staff Union hold first consultative meeting in 2023. Officials of TCN install new circuit breakers for 330 kV Shiroro to Gwagwalada transmission line. Project for new 132 kV power transmission substation begins in Shaki, Oyo State. The federal government of Nigeria is committed to improving electricity access through various mapped action plans that are being implemented, says the Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu.
According to a press statement from the Minister's office, Engineer Aliyu stated this when he received a delegation from Sun Africa, an American-backed leading utility-scale solar project developer and off-grid solution provider. The meeting held at the Minister's Conference Room renewed the commitments of the Nigerian government to supporting initiatives to increase and expand the utility of renewable energy. The minister highlighted the efforts of the rural electrification initiatives, the Sustainable for All program, among other actions plans to drive renewable energy access in Nigeria. The Sun Africa team, led by Dr. Gabin Kauchoi, highlighted the various partnership strategies for Nigeria on renewable energy programs. Meanwhile, the Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu, was also actively involved in the recent inauguration of the National Steering Committee for the National Development Plan 2021 to 2025. The inauguration, which was presided by the Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo, was held at the Aso Villa, Abuja, with other ministers and top government officials in attendance. Part of the National Development Plan was the improvement in electricity access, both on-grid, through the Presidential Power Initiative and off-grid schemes championed by renewable energy initiatives.
Staying true to its quest for collaborative action, the management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has held a meeting with another employees' union. This time it was with the Senior Staff of Electricity and Allied Companies, SIAC. It was the first joint consultative meeting for the year 2023, and the Power Circuit was there at the TCN corporate headquarters in Abuja to bring you the reports.
In his address at the opening session of the meeting, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, warmly welcomed the participants to the joint session.
I want to sincerely thank you for your cooperation and understanding throughout the previous year, and it is my belief that the new year will usher in unprecedented development, atmosphere of cordiality and maturity, capable of boosting cooperation image of TCN. I would also like to use this opportunity to express my appreciation to the association for your patience and cooperation in ensuring that TCN strives to achieve its vision, mission, and core values, which determines the company's business and future position.
Engineer Abdulaziz then re-echoed the resoluteness of the management towards prioritizing the welfare of workers.
Management is resolute to ensure that welfare of staff is always considered and prioritized, because a well-motivated staff will surely give a maximum best in terms of productivity, and this can only be achieved through constant consultations, robust dialogue, capable of sustaining peaceful industrial climate.
He highlighted the various actions that the company took along with staff in the previous quarter, which have yielded results in improving productivity at the company.
Let me reiterate management's commitment to to improve in the area of human capital development and to encourage staff to develop their knowledge and skills for efficiency and productivity as necessitated by the various training programs organized for both technical and non-technical staff within and outside the country, and the exercise is still ongoing. The annual end of year award night was organized for staff nationwide. This is done to recognize and appreciate all staff for their productivity, while the most outstanding staff in various departments were awarded with both flag and cash gifts.
The TCN head also spoke about some decisive actions that have improved the national grid performance.
In the area of grid management, expansion and maintenance, which is our core business, we have made tremendous progress through the systematic implementation of our flagship program, the Nigeria Electricity Grid Maintenance Expansion and Rehabilitation Program, which is aimed at expanding our grid network through diligent implementation of all our network expansion projects, both federal government funded and donor funded, rehabilitating existing transmission line and substation to increase their capacity, while also prioritizing the maintenance and provision of space in our stores to ensure that the grid is very stable, while the expansion program are ongoing at the same time. In this program, we have awarded so many new projects in various states of the country to boost connection to the national grid and ultimately strengthen the grid. The rehabilitation aspect of this program is also receiving serious boost through the donor-funded projects. For instance, some of the recently delivered 150 MVA and 60 MVA transformers at Ojo Central Store, Lagos, through the World Bank NETAP projects are now being installed at different locations nationwide.
Engineer Abdulaziz therefore urged the senior staff, particularly at TCN, on sustained cooperation towards implementing reforms in the company.
We are not deterred, as I urge you, the workers, never to give up in the service to our fatherland, while assuring you of management maximum support to achieve our collective goal of efficiently wielding power to Nigerians.
In his remarks, the national president of SIAC, Comrade Chika Benedict, lauded the board and management of TCN for sustaining cooperation with the employees.
Continue to refresh and get new ideas of how to move this company forward. We thank you so much for having us, and we thank you for your cooperation too, because if you have not cooperated with the union, we could have been dragging ourselves by now. So my MD and the management, SIAC says that this management is doing well and we are happy with you.
The meeting continued with a technical session where the participants reviewed actions and policy implementation by TCN in the previous years and the objectives to pursue this year to enhance workers' performance.
The power circuits will be back.
Verify that land before you buy it. To drastically reduce the incidence of building under the transmission right-of-way or encroaching on designated TCN land, members of the public are hereby requested to verify land near or along transmission line route before purchasing it. Verification should be made in the Land Development Authority or at the TCN office. This would help in drastically reducing the incidence of building under transmission line right-of-way and save us all the problem of pulling down the structure or truncating transmission line expansion projects in your community due to court injunction. Help us serve you better. Verify that land before you buy it.
In keeping with its N-1 policy that creates multiple options for power transmission nationwide, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has installed brand new circuit breakers to operate the 330 kV Shiroro to Gwagwalada transmission line. The extensive maintenance exercise was successfully executed by the in-house engineers of TCN at the 330, 132, 33 kilovolts Gwagwalada substation in the Federal Capital Territory. Speaking during the extensive maintenance exercise, the Assistant General Manager Transmission at the Gwagwalada sub-region of TCN, Engineer Ismail Dogua, was excited about the activity at the 330, 132, 33 kilovolt substation within the Federal Capital Territory, FCT.
Gwagwalada transmission station was commissioned October 2013. Exactly, it was energized, and later by May 2014 it was commissioned officially. Okay. Yes, and that time the substation here it was commissioned with about 150 transformer with 2 by 60 MVA transformers. So we have almost 4 transformers.
He further spoke about the expansive role that the Gwagwalada substation plays in the nation's power transmission network.
We have about 6 lines coming into Gwagwalada. So Gwagwalada is standing in a strategic position where it's connecting most of the power stations, some of them from the southern part of the country, those are solars, and then we have some that are around shore and others, the hydro power stations.
Engineer Dogwa stated that the facility also serves as the sub-regional office under the Abuja region of TCN. He noted that extensive maintenance of the facility involves replacing key circuit breakers and other equipment on the line coming to the substation from the Shiroro power plant in Niger State.
The transmission is one effort for the expansion of transmission line or what have you. Transmission has provided the brand new 30 kV breaker for us to be able to make the proper connection to Shiroro power station. But meanwhile, before this, we are connecting through tie breaker, that is half breaker. Already the network here in the switcher is one of the breakers. So already we are still partially connected to Shiroro. But if there in the event of any problem, that is fragile, at least we can lose the 2 line. That's why if now we connect this breaker, like we are consolidating the connection to the grid and to the Shiroro power station as well.
The TCN engineers worked with enthusiasm as they offloaded the circuit breakers at the switchyard, bringing down the old ones and mounting the state-of-the-art power transmission line control equipment. The maintenance crew also checked key components of the transmission line within a section of the switchyard to ensure enhanced service delivery. The next stage of the extensive maintenance exercise was the final coupling of the brand new circuit breakers, which the team handled with admirable professionalism. The maintenance exercise has key impacts on the optimal performance of the substation.
The station is in the position where it's connecting so many power stations, hydro, this and then the main bulk power supply transferred to Abuja, Katempe. That's where we are transferring, and where Katempe also will transfer to other stations. Apart from them, we are supplying through Kukuaba and Avo. If now we have these solid connections to our network here, the arrangement of this our substation Gwagwalada is one under breaker system. Any line that has come here is to be connected through 2 isolators. So, but the design that is economically adapted worldwide is now one under breaker system. That's why we have to get brand new breaker. The transmission has provided in the event of any shaking, because this network of transmission now is operating under N-1. If in the event where you lose one of your network, at least N-1, when you -1, the remaining network will be able to cater for what is expected. So now for us to be able to make sure the system is solidly linked, that's why we are trying to replace this breaker that runs short of the spare parts.
Once the maintenance exercise was completed, the power transmission line was switched on well ahead of the outage schedule period the team had requested from the TCN System Operations Business Unit. The entire system fitted well, and the 330 kV Shiroro to Gwagwalada transmission line was backed on the national grid and better. For the Gwagwalada sub-region of TCN, Engineer Dogwa lauded the efforts of the TCN management over its proactive and efficient replacement as well as expansion of the power transmission infrastructure.
The TCN has done a lot. If you look at now, we have been replacing, and they were increasing the capacity of our, transmission.
The power circuit continues shortly. Be sure you stay with us.
Just count all the blocks, eh?
Sir, we are a transmission company of Nigerian linesmen, and we just observed that you're about to erect a structure here.
You're very observant. Yes, I'm trying to put up a shopping mall of 200 shops that will serve this neighborhood. And I'm very excited about the project.
But sir, have you observed that it is under high tension transmission lines? It could snap, drop on the shopping mall and electrocute everyone inside it. Moreover, sir, these lines emit electromagnetic waves that are harmful to the health of human beings.
Really? This could cause so much harm?
Absolutely, sir. Imagine if there's a fire outbreak in the mall. It could destroy the transmission lines, causing outage to many states in the country. Erecting a structure under high-tension transmission lines will not help government efforts to grow our power supply and grow our economy. Be part of growth. Do not destroy electricity power installations. Little vigilance and concern on our part is necessary to protect transmission infrastructure nationwide. Be vigilant.
This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has acquired a site at Shaki in Oyo State, where it is working to construct a 132-33 kilovolts power transmission substation. This new substation, which will have 2 units of 60 MVA power transformers, will enable more bulk power supply to distribution load centers and will decongest the bulk load at the Ishain substation within the state.
Already, the site has been handed over to the contractor, who has 18 months to deliver on the project. Officials of TCN from the Oshogbo region were at the site to also have a view of the proposed site ahead of the arrival of the power construction equipment. Speaking at the site, the Assistant General Manager Transmission at the Ayede sub-region of TCN, Engineer Tawheed Aderugba, who led the team, including the contractor, on the visit, highlighted the impact the project will have in improving bulk access to electricity in Oyo State.
For quite some years, we've been envisaging on how to improve the supply to Shaki environ, because where they get a supply from now is from Isei, which is quite a distance, and they don't get quality electricity supply. So, and this is just to jumpstart the proposed 2x60 MVA 132x33 kV substation in Shaki. That's why we're here today.
The TCN official also spoke on what residents of Shaki should expect upon the completion of the project.
Maybe if you have a knowledge about Shaki town, like Baba AKK is in a city, not town now. Shaki is not a town that you cannot do it, because Shaki happens to be the food basket of Oyo State. Wow. And I believe strongly that with these new projects now, the economic activity of this place will be improved, and it will bring a lot of investors into the town.
Engineer Derugba explained the source of power to the proposed substation, saying that the 132-33 kilovolts Isei transmission substation would feed the Saki substation when it is completed. The project contractor and managing director of Airwave Limited, Engineer Ajit Batsa, assured that the project will be delivered within the agreed period of 18 months.
We got the award this contract from TCN, Transmission Company of Nigeria, and since Transmission Company of Nigeria has believed on us and given this contract to us, we perform and they expect us to deliver the quality project, and we are committed to that, and we are committed to deliver this project in the definite time given to us, that is 1.5 years. And we committed that we'll deliver the project before that. This is our first step of handover ceremony is going on. The site has been handed over to us, and from here the contractor will start working on the site, and we will see action very fast, maybe in another 15-20 days. The survey and then the basic designs and the basic work will start, and very soon you will see the progress of the site.
The team also made a stopover at the 132-33 kilovolts Isei substation after leaving the proposed site for the substation in Saki. The officials inspected the facility and ensured that it was in top condition of transmitting bulk power to load centers under the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company, IBEDC.
Well, let's take you through the headlines again. Federal government is committed to improving electricity access, says Minister of Power, Engineer Bubakar D. Aliyu. TCN Senior Staff Union hold first consultative meeting in 2023. Officials of TCN install new circuit breakers for 330 kilovolts Shiroro to Gwagwalada transmission line. Project for a new 132 kilovolts power transmission substation begins in Shaki, Oyo State. TCN is right here for you, and we can't wait to hear from you through the TCN YouTube channel, TCN_Nigeria. There are also these other platforms to deliver your feedback. Why don't you reach out to TCN on Facebook, Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN, Twitter at TCN_Nigeria, Instagram TCN_Nigeria, and even by email message. You can also learn more about TCN on its website, tcn.org.ng. Together we can help TCN transmit electricity in the most efficient and effective manner. I am Amara Agokwesi. Let's get along sooner on the Power Circuit.